So usually I do like an introduction, and I am going to do that, but I feel like sometimes people just don't need one. But I'll do it for you anyways. Joe Resetarits is here live. How are you, sir?
I'm wonderful. How are you on this wonderful day?
It is a wonderful. I love this. It is a wonderful day. Is it snowing in up where you are right now?
Uh, it is not anything crazy. This winter has been had a couple snowstorms, but right now it's manageable. Right, it's anything over a couple feet is where you get around here, or you get run into some trouble. But anything less than that, the people who lived here know it's really nothing.
Right. Well, good. I mean, I'm in Savannah area, Georgia. I get it, but I don't get it, but I respect it. Is what I love the snow and I want some. So give it here, man.
Yeah.
But no, thank you for coming on, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. I'm glad. I know there was some back and forth. Had a bit of a stomach bug a couple weeks ago, but I'm glad to finally get on, man.
Yeah, you played well. If that helps you that week, you did
Yeah, I don't
good.
know. It's one of those games where when it happens, you just black out and you kind of don't remember the game and everything goes your way. So
Right. So I want to mention to people who maybe even knew the NLL just a little bit of pumping up Joe Resetarits here. We've heard that you're one of the best American-born box lacrosse players ever, lacrosse players ever. But you really are. Once you look at the stats and such, you've been in the league for 15 years. Star forward for the Wings, leading the Wings in points this year. Shout out Mitch Jones and company. But you're great, man. And how do you how do you keep this up for this long? First of all,
uh, you know, I think it was right after COVID. Not playing for a year and a half. Getting into my early 30s. You realize that you can't take this for granted. I mean, we just lost a year and a half of playing, and I felt at that point like I need a lot of. I know the game. Obviously it comes back to your second nature, but I took it upon myself to really make sure I can, get those years back. And, thankfully, and I'm fortunate enough that I'm still able to play this game, at a pro level. And, with all the great athletes coming in, the game keeps evolving. And it's just, again, I'm fortunate enough. And, I think I can't thank my wife enough either that, I have three kids at home that I get to still, do my childhood dream, right? To be a professional
yeah,
lacrosse player. And, you take one year at a time when you get a little older, but I'm enjoying every bit of it. And, I'm going to go as long as I possibly can.
that's amazing to hear. I know you're one of the best players out there, but I still love the game, and I wish you guys made the millions of bucks right now. I know most, if not all of you, don't, but I love the fact that you're still out there balling and caring so much because it shows the next generation is going to love guys like you. Just so you know, so and I will too. But I appreciate the crap out of you, man.
Yeah, it's you see guys still playing in their late 30s and even early 40s, and
Yeah,
once as in when you play a sport and you're just used to this being your thing. I started playing lacrosse when I was 3 years old, and
wow.
this is all I really know. So, and other than being a father,
Speaking of kids,
yeah,
no, no big deal.
yeah,
Family
he's all right.
man,
He's trying
you're a
to get
family
upstairs
man.
to see me, but that's why I'm hiding up here.
Oh, well, we won't keep it too long, right? I gotta ask you one more thing before we get into our big segment here. How the Wings this year, man? You look good. You look great. Mitch Jones, Brian O'Neill, Blaze Reardon, Holden Couture, you guys are looking great so far. What's the vibes for the team, man?
You know, I, the last two seasons for us have been really hard. Missing the postseason, last two
Yeah.
years. So, there's a lot of changes from coaching staff to bringing new personnel in. So the guys who have been part of the Wings, the last year or two, really took it upon themselves to kind of a look in the mirror type situation. Like how can I make myself better to help the team for this? We're playing in May, and
Yeah.
adding the coaching staff we did. Obviously it's stinks for the league. Fort Worth had to fold, but like you said earlier, every team got better, right?
Kowalski, yeah.
And and that makes the league, like you said, more competitive, right? And so adding that in, and add in a lot of those guys Fort Worth's been in the playoffs the last 2 years, so like they got that, they're used to be playing in May, and bringing that competitiveness in with with TK becoming coming into the training camp we had, right? It was if there was no buy-in this year, you weren't going to be here, and everyone took it upon themselves that last 2 years it's not why we play the game, right? Obviously the love's there, but it's you want to win, and whether you're your first year in the league or myself being older, if you're not winning, right, it's
well, yeah, it makes it worth it, yeah, for sure. I'm sure.
Yeah, so I mean that's been a good vibe, and we dropped a close one to San Diego, but again, like you watched last year, we dropped a close game. I think early on last year we dropped about 5 or 6 1-goal games, and we just didn't really, we kept getting, I don't know if it was discouraged off of it. But again, we had a lot of positives built off that first game, and we built off that, right? And, I had beat Vegas twice, and then, had a tough road game in Sask. So, and we beat a really good team. So, again, it's only 4 games. We still got a ton of season left. We got a tough stretch coming up with Calgary, Buff, and Van. So, everyone's got a, we just had a bye week. So, hopefully, all the guys are out there working out and trying to get better. So,
no big deal for the boys. Just a little 3-game easy stretch here.
Yeah, not the easiest, but right, that's part of our league.
I love it. Alrighty. The reason you were on today, not just because you're awesome, but because Fresh Fits was a big hit last year, and you were one of the reasons why. I gotta first ask you, are you aware of the Fresh Fits subbing? I mean, I would hope that you are.
Oh yeah. It's it's a lot of the guys on the team last year always love it too, right? They always get it. Wow. I think, handful of guys always every week sending me something, and that's when I'm like, man, I must be doing something right.
That's what I'm saying.
Not trying too hard to, look good, because we wear the suits for 5 minutes before and 5 minutes unless you stay out for a little bit after. But
hey,
I made try to stay somewhat, a decent look, but not trying to overdo it.
We're not all. No one's Josh. I mean, not everyone's Josh Byrne over here, so you got to do something special.
Yeah. That's those suits are a little, fit a little bit. So I don't think they'd fit too good on me with the body type. So
I'm glad you mentioned that, because coming up we got a good one. As people who don't know, last year's winner, Fresh Fish Shores Terrence, is voted on by Daily Dive and NLL fans. I want to also let you know before we get started that to pass on the word to the social media team around the league and yourselves that we love this. I think it's great for the fans. I think it's great for you guys to showcase what you got. But are you ready for it? Got 3 of them today. All righty. First of all, Rochester, Georgia. I don't even want to talk to you guys anymore, but we're ready for this one. First one. Hey, speaking of tight suits, Callum Crawford goes from Philadelphia, sits down, buys a tight suit, and goes to Albany. So, I got to ask you, what is your take? I think those are ankles. I couldn't tell. It was a little bit blurry, but what you feel on Callum Crawford on this right here?
I've known Crawford for a long time, and he's usually got pretty good looks, with his suits and stuff. I think showing the ankles is, it's a big style these days. Me personally, I don't really, if I was able to maybe pull that off, for sure I would do it. But, he's a guy, veteran guy, and his, older guy that could pull it off. And I'm jealous of that.
I am too. I'm not going to lie. The ankles thing, again, if it worked on me, it would be great. But my ankles look like diabetes. Who cares? I'm kidding. This is one of the cowboy nights, or whatever the theme, country night in San Diego. This is tied in Redlick. A lot of guys had Seals hats, but me personally, I like the plaid shirt and the denim jeans. I don't know if he actually is country, but what did you take on this? I don't know if I could do that.
Hey, good for him taking that look, right? I know you see a lot of guys that, that try to be are all for the picture and whatnot. I think he just kept it simple, man. Right? Didn't do anything too crazy. Like stayed in I don't know, like you said, if that was the theme or not, but he kept it simple, and that's honestly that's what it is.
Exactly, and I love this because again, it's like he wore his own cowboy hat. Like they had like their own little seals things, and he had his own. Like this is nice. Yeah, he just doubled down on the Cowboys.
That's the way to stand out, right there. Right there, doing having your own hat like that.
Right, and finally, this one from Las Vegas. This is Kyle Killen. I thought this looked like you, so I mean, it was the beanie. The beanie did it for me. But how do you? This guy's look kind of resembles yours, in my opinion.
No, he probably. If you take that hat off, he's definitely got more hair than me. So anytime I wear the the winter hat or whatnot, it's it's usually cold weather. We're in cold weather, and the top of my head gets a little cold. So.
Is that true or is that a joke?
A little bit of both, maybe. I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, all right, kind of want to wear a hat, but obviously it's a little pretty thin upstairs. So,
jeez,
the hat fits in. But yeah, they were in Albany this past week. It's cold. It's cold up there, so the coat and everything. That was a good look. Smart.
Oh no, I agree. And like I said, the beanie may have swayed me a little bit, but good for Kyle Killen. And because there was only 3 games, that was all we had. But now the fun part. Do you have a basket of sorts?
I do.
Oh wow!
We're all wrapped. So beautiful for me.
That's right. So we are starting an annual tradition on the show that every Fresh Fits winner reacts to the latest week's styles and gets a prize for being the best dressed player in the National Lacrosse League. It's our fun way of showing appreciation to guys like you, even to Josh Byrne, who it comes naturally to others out there. We love that you guys wear your Sunday best, it seems like, every single weekend. So, I want you to start unwrapping this. I want to make it clear, before you reach the bottom part of it, tell me when you reach that bottom piece. But you can start unwrapping it now. We got to see what's inside, man. Show the viewers. They put a ribbon on it. I'm dead. What is he, a girl?
Let's see what we got in here. I get unwrapped here.
It's a baby shower. Good Lord.
Okay.
Oh, this is great. I've never seen the basket, by the way.
Okay. First thing. Brand new lid.
Baddest Daddy cap.
There it is. The baddest daddy. Hey, I got to meet the baddest daddy. He lives up to that, man.
Oh, yeah. How short is he in person?
He thought I was tall. He thought I was, so I thought he matched up with me pretty well.
I'm 6'2". I'm gonna pat the guy on the head or something.
I'm around 5'11", 6 foot. So,
right. Yeah, you
got some leverage on us.
Oh, jeez. So you can keep as you're unwrapping these items. I'm gonna have a couple fun questions for you as well.
Okay.
We got some 12-ounce sports. You can keep on wrapping it, but we have 12-ounce sports in there. Oh, there's a few of them. Daily Dive and something cool. We're going to have
There it is.
That is smooth. I don't even have one of those, you lucky schmuck.
I tell you what, being in Buffalo and how cold it is, this is needed. So when I'm snow blowing or doing anything right outside, I go to a Bills game, right? There it is.
Hey, a Bills game.
Right? I won't be wearing the Bills hat. I'll be wearing this.
Jeez. By the way, one of the questions producer Joe wanted me to ask you was, we've seen the beanies, we've seen the scarves, we've seen the plaid. Joe Resetarits, does the way that you dress affect the way you perform, and what percentage of Scottish are you?
I'm Irish, actually.
I knew it! I told him!
I'm Irish.
Yes!
Yeah, my mom's 100% Irish. My last name, obviously, isn't supposed to be an Irish. It's
I was wondering.
German, but my mom's 100% Irish. Yeah.
Well, top of the Fresh Fits morning to you, sir.
Yeah.
What else we got in the bag, man? What else we got in the bag?
Let's see what else we got here.
Hope there's not 20 things in there. This is going to take forever. Hey, the mug!
I tell you, I'm a big coffee drinker.
Really?
I got my new cup now every morning.
I just bought a Starbucks this morning. It wasn't like a pink drink or anything. It was like they were selling these awesome 1 liters of Dollar General. I got to get this.
What do
I'm
you
waiting
put?
on the coffee.
What's your coffee? Black coffee, or do you do?
Oh, I'm a sugar baby. French vanilla baby. French
Oh,
vanilla.
I don't got
Frappuccino.
this.
Cold brew.
I'm just a little bit of milk. I know if it's just when I was younger, those type were my go-to. But
Well, yeah.
they
I'm
don't hit
also
as
not a
right
professional
anymore
athlete.
for me for some reason.
Yeah. So as I also going to ask you, because you're a big Bills fan, obviously you dressed in the attire. Good Lord Almighty, I'm a Colts fan. I'm offended right now. But when are you and producer Joe going to jump through a table? By the way.
Hey, I'm saving it for the right time. That's when they win the Super Bowl.
Oh, are they going to
Which
though?
which I say it every year. They're going to win it. I mean, they are looking damn good right now, and I mean, they have looked damn good in the last couple of years, and it's struggle to get past Mahomes. So hopefully, they like to beat him in the regular season, but Mahomes wins when it matters. So that's.
Were you alive for the four-peat?
I was, but I was, barely. I don't barely remember that.
That was mean. That was mean.
No, I know that's the one thing I want that Super just so that just goes away finally. Just to say, okay, that's all I want is the witness one. Before I die, that's all I want one.
I got one too against the Bears, and then after that, just the Saints bounty gate. Screw them.
Yeah, I remember that. That was Manning's first, right?
Yes, the Bears. It was in the rain, and Devin Hester. I wanted to jump off a bridge. I was like, dude, really? This happened the first thing? What are we doing?
Kick, I remember that.
Jeez.
Yeah.
What else we got in the basket, dude? Let's keep going.
Let's see what else we got.
What size are you, by the way? I already know this. I'm just asking.
See, that's the thing. I'm gonna be rocking a lot of this weekend.
Are you really?
Yes, I will be.
Is it a
I'm
hoodie?
gonna make Mitch Jones jealous.
You're gonna make me.
I'm going to.
Well, hopefully. Well, he had an impression of me. So you got a high table to climb, man.
As I'm saying, I know I've ever seen that, and I know he's gonna want some of this stuff, and I'm not gonna let him.
Well, he's an actor. We're gonna work on his skills, though. But I was awesome.
Yeah, he is an actor. Like I said, if there's one thing, I think he'd be perfect to go on like The Bachelor or something.
Oh.
Right? I think he's the NLL's hottest single right now. So
that is fair because a lot of these guys are taken. Wow, that's crazy.
I think he'd appreciate me saying that. So
I was wondering, we have a 94% male viewership, but that works. 6%, yeah. I see you.
If people got to see Jones, you could see why. He's a guy that'd be perfect to go on The Bachelor.
He's tall, right?
Oh yeah, he's about I think he's 6'2", 6'3".
He looks good. That help. Yeah, that helps me out too. I'm nothing else, but I'm tall and funny. Anyways, how much more things we got in the basket? I feel like they're getting near the end, aren't we?
We got another one.
Oh, that was a fun one. You're a beanie guy, and we had to shove that one in there. That's the diving man, by the way.
The diving man.
It's like the Larson Sundown of the.
Here, wow. We got.
I feel like we overdid it.
Hey, T-shirt, like the back too. Nice logo on the back.
Oh, was that the bottom of it?
No, that wasn't. I think there's.
Producer Joe, you messed it up. I'll tell you why.
There's one more thing after this.
No, this is funny. It's actually interesting timing because this is interesting. So, Daily Dive, I don't know if you notice who's on that, but I wanted to we're gonna bring on a special guest here. His name is Abdullah. I want to make sure he knows he's coming on. Because I want to make sure he's able to come on. Okay, so this fellow right here is the designer of a part of that thing. How are you, Abdullah?
Hey, how you guys doing?
How's it look?
No, that looks great, man. That looks fire. And the first thing he said was like, wow, I like the back of it. So I already know that's like music to my ears.
Awesome, yeah. Looks good, man.
Yeah, so this is Abdullah, who's the owner of GoodHeat, and more specifically GoodHeat Lacrosse. And I wanted to ask Abdullah something quickly here before we get going. Is Abdullah, how did you? Because I know GoodHeat's an awesome brand, and we're gonna have a little something for you as well. how did you get involved with with the GoodHeat Lacrosse specifically?
So I played lacrosse starting in middle school. Um,
That's awesome.
so that was like my main sport growing up. Uh, wanted, well, not wanted to, but like kind of had some like college aspirations, but I blew my knee out, so I ended up,
Oh,
yeah, ended up not kind of playing with it throughout college, and then started my brand in 2017. And as I was just designing, I like to make things that I kind of have like some type of value to me personally. So like and I express that like through the clothes. So kind of was like pivoting into like a sports design facet. And I mean, this was the game that I played growing up. So I definitely wanted to do something with lacrosse. And I'm also partnered with a lacrosse league. So when I played, my coach, he started a professional lacrosse league. It's called NLA, National Lacrosse Association. So it's more of a minority focused to bring more awareness to the game of lacrosse from that aspect. And it's been growing steadily over the past 4 or 5 years. So I've been partnered with them and designing clothes and stuff for them. So I just kind of wanted to put my creativity to doing something from my brand, and that's kind of how I got to the Good Heat Lacrosse, which kind of blew up just because it was like a new style in the lacrosse scene. So a lot of people like expressed to me like they were happy to see like there was uh, companies that were given to the lacrosse community. And as we kind of try to build and grow the viewership of lacrosse nationwide, and like make it more accessible to kids in the inner city, is just part of those higher goals as well.
I love that so much, and I appreciate the backstory as well. By the way, because it's good to know. Like I'm a newer lacrosse fan. You obviously guys have played it and known about it way longer than I have. And for those that, by the way, this mashup we have, this is a mashup collaboration that we're doing with Good Heat this year. Every Fresh Fits winner will be the first to get our mashup project, starting with you, Joe Resetarits. And so I thank you so much for coming on and doing this for us, Joe Resetarits, but also Abdullah for joining us as like our first mashup partner. Again, that thing looks awesome, man. And I'm wearing mine as well. The hoodie's annoying as crap. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not a hoodie guy, but I got my shirt on too. But Abdullah, I thank you for coming on and like joining this part as well.
Oh yeah, of course, man, and thanks for having me. And Joe, congratulations on winning last year. Let's see what you do this year.
Yeah,
For real.
But
I
no,
know. I
be all for it.
yeah, thank you for sure, man. It looks great, and keep doing what you're doing, man. It looks awesome, and it's awesome you're doing all that for the game. And believe me, like you said, that stuff goes a long ways, and anything that like that will help the sport grow. That's amazing.
I love it. Abdullah, I know we told you it wasn't gonna be long today, but we again thank you, Abdullah, for coming on.
Oh
And
yeah,
we're gonna let you go now. But again, thank you so much for everything you've done. Thank you for this awesome mashup thing, man.
I appreciate it, man. You
Thank
guys have
you.
a good rest of your days.
See you, man.
Abdullah is awesome, but we all knew that. Again, Good Heat Lacrosse and Joe Terrace. This is awesome. Again, this is awesome to see this collaboration with us, and like I said, just growing the game the best we can. And with your style, of course, it helped us out a bunch. Um, Before I let you go, I want to say again, thank you for coming on and reacting. I know it was a little bit long today, but before I let you go, I just got to ask you: is we got to get Rookie of the Year on the show as well?
Brennan
Oh,
O'Neill,
Brennan.
you got to get him
Yes.
on. You
Is
got
he
to.
amazing?
I tell you what he's been doing. Right, he looks like he's been playing in the league about 5-6 years, and
Oh,
just seeing how he's. I mean, there was never a doubt with everything he's done in field like that. He wouldn't. There's no doubt
yeah.
in his mind that he wouldn't translate it over. But he adjusted quick. I mean, for not really playing, um, box before, right? He came in and he's been, working with Holden and Jonesy, and how each time he steps out there, you could tell that he's getting more confident, and the more confident he gets, right? I mean, he's unstoppable. So, I mean, there's not many. I don't think I've ever seen a player with all those attributes of just size, speed, skill, and just knowledge of the game, right? You don't see that really ever. And, you know, if he, the years go on, right, he's going to might be the top player in this league, for years to come. So I'll put it in his ear. He's a great guy and he's a good kid. He's a good person, man. So I'll put it in his ear to get him on here.
That was not what we had you on, but I thought it was just a fun thing to poke at the end there. If the NLL had a video game, I'm thinking like how I would create you guys. You have a sniper. You're like a Steph Curry shot sometimes, man.
Yeah, it's I lost speed over the years, but it's more, when you play box, right, it's more about, having touch and placement. And, when I played field, obviously growing up, right, I shot was a little bit harder, but, you notice, once you stop playing field and you're just playing, everything's so close, right, to the net, right? It's not all about speed, but, the longer you play too, you learn tendencies of goalies and, shooting the deep ones when they're not ready, or not trying to give my secrets away, which I think I think every goalie knows, they've seen me enough. So I'm telling them something they probably already know. It's about a lot of shooters too, though, right? But is the more you play, right, the more ways you try to figure out to put the ball in the net. So
I was gonna say, like, Nick DeMue's probably figuring that out a little bit here, but Matt Vince and Del Bianco, good luck trying to find what they're good at, because I feel like it's everything, but whatever.
Yeah, they are good at their, if you can put out 2 or 3 of them, or 2 goals, 3 goals on them a night, right? That's considered a hell of a night. So
I want to say a hell of a night, yeah.
Because it's the thing. If the thing with the better goalies like them, right? You might be. It's how they play when it matters, right? And that's the fourth quarter, right? And that's when those guys stand on their heads and. Right, so that's why they're tough to beat. And like you said, you could pepper them with as many shots as you want, right? They're still probably gonna, out compete you with what they got to do. So,
I love the word pepper. I'm like a shots on goal guy, but I'm also not at the same time. I mean, it's up there. I love seeing you guys play. I love the Wings are doing this year, and I gotta say, when Calgary comes to town this week. Hope you guys get a win. I mean, I try not to be biased, but I'm kind of hoping you guys do. And show up for the Fits if you can. Whatever you wear, thank you, and stay amazing at what you guys do, man.
Hey, yeah, thank you for having me on, man, and appreciate all the new stuff, man. All the stuff's great, and I'm going to be rocking it and making Mitch Jones jealous, like I said.
Oh, geez. He just said, I just got a notification from Mitch Jones. He replied, fresh haircut for the Fresh Fits King. I ain't gonna lie, when I found out the barber was open today, I was like, this would make sense if I got a haircut finally. So
I'll tell you, it looks great, man. I like I said, I would, if I could have that on top of my head, I think I'd be competing with some of the best.
Well, I'm just saying. Wait, Josh Byrne needs a throw at this point if you're gonna throw that back.
Yeah, I know. That's a tough task, those Buffalo guys know how to dress, so.
Yeah, ankles, but whatever. Who cares? Thanks again, man. And you enjoy your day. Thanks for your time. Thanks for sharing your audience with us. And again, good luck this week and the rest of the year, man.
All right. Thank you, man. Appreciate you having me on again. Thanks for everything.
Joe Resetarits, I think that went well.